Hello agents and welcome to another Division 2 video. As you could see in this short couple of seconds, the damage output this build is able to do, it's insane. It's not always like that. I'm gonna tell you the good, the bad and the ugly about this build. Since everybody posting crazy SMG builds, I thought I will show you this one sitting in my stash for God knows how long. Don't even remember where I pick it up from, but this is the Backfire SMG exotic build, and I'm pretty sure that many of you have this weapon sitting in the stash because of the special talent that it has. But I'm gonna show you how I finished this control point. I was farming these True Sons in a southwest mission from the journey. And when that is finished, it's gonna take a couple of minutes. I'm gonna show you the full build. It's with the modifiers, and after that I will show you the gameplay of the same control point without the modifiers. So you can use the build with modifiers or without it, as you wish, as you wanted to play the game. So that's about a video. While we're watching the gameplay, I'm gonna tell you about a build. It's a striker with one piece Yal and one piece Sokolov, and it's very squishy build. Backfire talent requires you to wear a lot of Hasbro and bleed resistance. So I'm gonna show you the build in details. The build is functioning the best when you stack up all the stuff on it. I mean striker stacks and obliterate stacks. After that you can see that it's like doing like 3.5 million per bullet. That was like crazy, but that was at the end of the control point. In the beginning you will have a struggle a little bit, but it is a risk reward build. So if you like crazy DPS, I'm sure you're gonna be satisfied with it. It could be even crazier, but the limiting factor is that bleed on reload coming from the backfire, but on our hand you get like 200% critical hit damage. That's why it like destroys the enemy once you get all these stacks up. So that's it. The gameplay is about to finish, and let's go to the build after it's done. Alright guys, here is the build. I'll start with the specialization. It's technician because of +1 skill tier, which will give you a little bit stronger shield, because build is a little bit squishy because it's just one blue core. I'm gonna start with the primary weapon. It's a Backfire exotic SMG, which got crazy special talent. It's called Payment in Kind. It said dealing damage to enemies adds a stack of +2% critical hit damage up to 100 stacks lasting 10 seconds. Basically you are getting 200% critical hit damage. But on reload apply a 10-second bleed to yourself, which deals 0.5% armor damage per stack. So that's the limiting factor, but damage part of the talent, it's crazy. So in order to negate that bleed that you are getting on a reload, and you have to reload very often because it's SMG and it have a mag of 56, which is pretty decent for SMG. I start with the mask. It's a Yal because of the 10% hazard protection, which you need to negate that bleed, like I said. It's a weapon damage, hazard protection, critical hit chance and bleed resistance. These mods are must. If you don't have that bleed resistance, I will show you the stats at the end. You will kill yourself by reloading the gun. That's simple as that. another part which is not a striker, it's so-called chest piece with weapon damage, crit chance, hazard protection, and again mod bleed resistance. The talent on it is obliterate, which also have that stack mechanism. Critical hits increase total weapon damage by 1% for 10 seconds, stacks up to 20 times. Okay, so that's basically 20% more damage because you're critting almost all the time. 4-piece striker, the backpack, weapon damage, hazard protection, roll, and bleed resistance. Backpack is a must because it increases total weapon damage gain per stack of a striker's gamble from 0.65 to 0.9. Okay, so you better with this than with the chest. Gloves, also weapon damage, Hasbro, knee pads, armor, critical hit damage, just for a little bit survivability. You can add one more or two more armor cores if you don't feel secure with this one. And the last part is a holster with weapon damage and hazard protection. In essence, that's it. I'm running with the shield and the reviver hive, which is kinda saves you a lot because you will go down once in a while, but as I said, it's a risk reward build you're gonna enjoy in the minutes you're dealing that crazy damage. The modifiers I was using, I'm gonna show you right here. It's reversal. I'm not gonna read through them, you try it out for yourself, you see it's worked like a charm. Passive modifier is retribution, then I have a drawback, also passive, and the last one is by the teeth. It all combines very well with the reversal, so basically long range shots damage you're getting at the close range because it's reversed. But if you don't want to play with the modifiers active, you can switch them off, and build it's also working very well without them. I was also working on a little bit more survivability build with the Backfire, but I'm gonna show you that in another video. After this, I'm gonna show you the same control point with modifiers disabled, so you will see that the build works just fine even without the modifiers. You're not gonna get that 3.5 million damage per bullet, but you will score over 1 million per bullet, so that's it. The stats: weapon damage 55.6 crit chance because all the items are not optimized in the end. 72% crit damage, you add 200 on top of that, we are close to 300% critical hit damage once it's all stacked. 70% headshot damage, accuracy, stability, blah blah blah. What I wanted to show you is these stats. 67% hazard protection and 96.6 bleed resistance, so that bleed is a must. You achieve that because it's combining Hasbro and bleed resistance mods, so that's the number you are getting at the end. I think you will be fine with the 85 to 90%. You can maybe put some crit damage mod in instead of the bleed resistance, but I was doing it like this. So that's it, guys. Enjoying the rest of the gameplay without the modifiers active with the same build, and I will see you in my next video.
Get the hell back! Reinforcements incoming.
Get ready.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Take it back! Gotta secure the position.